Even in the height of a shortened NBA season and in the middle of a pandemic, the NBA has decided to have an all-star game in no other place than Atlanta, Georgia. So I'm asking y'all, the SOS discussion team, what do y'all think about the NBA's decision to host an all-star game in Atlanta? I'm going to start with you, Mia.
First of all, I think they got it wrong. Atlanta, of all spots, is just a hot spot for COVID right now. And we're talking about the organization that pretty much led the charge in seriousness for shutting down, with the country shutting down. And they were able to resume their season in a bubble. And so I feel like if this was a situation to where the league was still playing in a bubble, then it would be okay. But now you got players flying back and forth on the regular. They're now allowing fans in the building, and so your players are more susceptible to COVID. And I feel like this is a situation where you probably could have picked all stars, and then gave everybody a chance to rest this particular week. And I'm one of those people where if you can't give it your all and you can't put 100% of your product on the court, then you probably shouldn't do it. And you have all stars like Kevin Durant and Anthony Davis who can't play. Jimmy Butler rejected playing for Kevin Durant. Damian Lillard is declining the 3-point contest. So if you can't put your all stars out there on the court, what's the point?
I'll say this first of all. LeBron James and other players for other teams played in that bubble last year, and they are tired. We fail to recognize how much basketball they've played in the last, I don't know, maybe 7 months. They're tired. They were expecting a break. Second, the NBA was, like Mia said, leading the charge. They were the ones taking the most safety precautions when it came to their league. And so when we came into this season, we were like, okay, we're going into another bubble. Is it going to be some type of thing what the other leagues are doing? And obviously it's not in a bubble. So my thought going into the season was we're going to take every single precaution we can to prevent from the season stopping. And when we look at the beginning of the season, we had chances of the season even stopping. So why in the midst of all of this are we then saying, okay, we're going to have a season with the All-Star game? It doesn't make any sense. And so I'm going to say one thing, though. It is a money thing. We all know at the end of the day, we can have these conversations. There's money involved here, and they're trying to make up for it. And so all I can say is I don't think it's the right decision, but I'm also not in that room deciding how much money we're making each year. So I have props to Adam Silver for what he's done in the previous years. He's been probably one of the greatest of all time when it comes to what he does, but we'll see what goes on in the future, and we'll see if nothing happens. I mean, shoot, we all live in Texas, and we just lifted the ban. It's 100% free out here. I didn't think anything would be worse than Atlanta, but I guess, Atlanta's the number 2 worst place to do it, but shoot, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, first off, I don't know what Abbott's doing. Why? I have no clue what Abbott is doing and why he's lifting the ban. I have lost for words. To Atlanta, though, I will say that it's not the best place when you first think about it. However, I understand why the NBA did it. If they're going to have one, they have to have it in Atlanta because it was supposed to be in Indianapolis, but they wanted to restrict the amount of travel that their camera crew would have to do. So they kept it in the home base of the Turner Broadcasting in Atlanta. So if they're going to do one messed up thing, I guess 2 wrongs will make it right, but you can make a right and a wrong and make a wrong situation a little better. I don't know if that's really how the cliche is supposed to go, but you can remix things when it, goes the right way for you. But to the All-Star Weekend, I do believe that they should have an All-Star Weekend, but in a different format. I read a book earlier in the quarantine. It was called Still Like an Artist. Basically, you are inspired by a lot of things, and sometimes you take from stuff. I believe that the NBA should have taken from the NFL and what they did with the Pro Bowl. See, the quarantine or the virus stopped the Pro Bowl from going on. But what did they do? They didn't stop the show. So they had a Madden tournament. You had Marshawn Lynch. You had even Bubba Wallace, who was nowhere affiliated with the NFL. Deshaun Watson, Kyler Murray, they all came and they played Madden. And I think that this is something that the NBA could have done. You could have got a 4-on-4 basketball game, or you could have played 2K, somewhere to still be able to churn out content. You want to talk about how DeAndre Hopkins and Jalen Ramsey and various other players had highlight competitions where they just showed plays from the season, what was going on. You could have done that with the NBA. You could have had a way to have some entertainment while still churning out content, but be safe. I don't need you to go out and play a game. The players don't want to go out and play the game. I don't need you to do a 3-point contest. Lord knows that I don't need you to have an NBA dunk contest, because the first time I got a good one in the last 4 years was a robbery of Aaron Gordon once again. So if I'm just going to be honest about it, I don't need this type of content. What I need to give me something virtual. Show me these guys playing games, because I saw you do it earlier in the season and it was fun. Do it again. It's not simple. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. You just got to know how to spin it. It's that simple.
I'll make this comment real quick. Not that I don't agree with Darian in terms of doing the All-Star game in a different way, but it's really easy to do the All-Star game or the Pro Bowl in a different way when nobody watches your Pro Bowl. I ain't never really watched the Pro Bowl. I'm more kind of, it's on. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I see what you're saying, but at the same time, I don't really watch the Pro Bowl. So they did it on Madden, got the same viewer rate in my eyes. So no difference for me.
You foul for that. You ain't have to violate.
So I'm gonna just say one thing on this topic. Congrats to the first-time All-Star Zach LaVine of the Chicago Bulls. Man, but from Lemon Pepper Lou at Magic City to now the All-Star game, we just can't keep those NBA players out of Atlanta. SOS, Spot On Sports. We're not just accurate. We're spot on. Like, comment, subscribe. Check us out on YouTube. Tell a friend to tell a friend. See you next time.